Right, well, it's almost the equinox, so I thought I would jump on and do a little story that you might not have heard. At Foreside Farm lives near Glasgow. Well, we live near Glasgow, high up on the hill. And this land is saturated with souls and spirits and stories and fables. So if you're of a strong constitution, then listen on. But if you're not, I think you should turn off now. Anyway, you still here? I warned you. The title of the story is The Unearthly Equinox. Now, Foreside Farm is a place steeped in history, and it's always been my sanctuary. Ever since I first saw the place, I felt it was on ley lines. Do you know what I mean? Sort of life and death happens here. Everything is in primary colours, and animals settle here so much better than anywhere else. It's a strange place. It's a beautiful place. As I said, it's very primary coloured, but it's a haven. It's a haven for me and Michael and our children, Morgan and Bertie. But yet, as autumn equinox approaches, an eerie energy begins to permeate the walls, and it heralds a series of inexplicable events. My spiritual connection to the land has never been more profound, and I observe how the animals, the sheep, the cows, the horses, even the cats become restless, sensing something amiss. Even the dogs and the wolf and riot seem to perceive the presence of invisible forces, their fur bristling as they react to unseen entities. At the heart of our farm, a centuries-old oak tree stands like a sentinel, its gnarled branches reaching towards the heavens. I've always felt a unique energy emanating from that tree, but now pulse with otherworldly forces. One evening, a few years ago, our family gathered around the dinner table. A sudden gust of wind extinguished the candles, plunging the room into darkness. Whispers and eerie voices filled the air. Riot, the raven, cawed and screamed incessantly, his eyes fixing on the old oak tree. With my senses heightened, I found myself drawn to the same old oak tree, and as I approached, the ground trembled beneath my feet. And the tree's branches began to sway ominously, but there was no wind pushing them that I could see. A portal to another realm, hidden between the ancient oak and the branches, and the very texture of the tree opened before me. From the swirling mists emerged a spectral procession, quite terrifying, a procession of lost souls trapped between worlds. There was old spirits of the farm's previous inhabitants, and monks, the monks that used to travel from Kilwinning along the old road that used to take them to Paisley Abbey. How many of them stayed? There were labourers and mill workers that had tragic ends and for some reason were trapped in the other realms. But amongst them was something else. It was a powerful lady, the grey lady of the Peas Weep. She's terrifying. A terrifying soul, an immense soul, a soul that doesn't want to move on. Determined to free these souls from their eternal torment, I embarked on a quest to uncover the long buried stories of the farm's dark history, and why indeed that portal should be here amongst all my beautiful, beautiful animals and the place that I love. Clues were sought in hidden diaries, faded photographs, and, well, whispered legends. Our journey led us to the abandoned sanatorium, originally owned by the Coates family of Coates and Viella. During the 1910s, they opened it for the nearby mill workers. But now, here, countless souls have met their end, and their tortured spirits still wander the corridors, but feeding their energy to the infamous Grey Lady. We all know that cats are the guards to the gateways to the underworld, and as these souls rose, chaos gripped our house. The atmosphere was electric as each cat harnessed its supernatural power, and the doors to the other side swung even wider open. I watched Riot the Raven, insane with rage, flying through the house, leading the souls like the dance macabre towards out the window and out towards the oak tree portal. In a breathtaking moment, he soared up into the ancient tree's branches, drawing the vengeful Grey Lady in pursuit. Blinding light. I was left completely blinded. And then it was followed by this deep, eerie darkness. When vision returned, an extraordinary scene greeted me. Riot perched up in the old oak's branches, while Selina and Callie, who had chased the spirits from behind, chased them through the house, while the Grey Lady was grabbing at their tails, stood on either side of the portal. And all around were the cats of the farm, the Maine Coons and the farm cats, spectral, living, all sitting around the door. And as dawn and the equinox morning, the sun creeping over the edge of the world, tranquility enveloped the farm. The restless spirits, they'd found their peace. They'd escaped through the portal, but not to be trapped between realms, but to move on to where they belonged, free, happy. And Foreside Farm's ancient oak stood tall once more, its energies renewed. Our family, forever bound to the farm, we continue to live here harmoniously, bringing the realms of the natural and the supernatural into our daily lives. The equinox remains a reminder that Foreside Farm holds mysteries beyond imagination, waiting to be uncovered during the most enchanted nights of the year.